Yes. Well, first of all, Joshua, thank you very much for inviting me to this talk. It's always interesting and for me also to share my experience and to get feedback from the community, what they have experienced. So about myself, I am a computer scientist. I have studied computer science at the University of Hamburg, Germany. Well, I am Hamburg. I am from Hamburg, as we say in German. I am a hamburger, yeah. No, actually, I'm a computer scientist, and when I finished my studies in 1993, I didn't know anything about SAP. This was not known in public, nor was it taught at university, nor did I knew anybody who was working at SAP or with SAP. And then I had the chance to enter a consultancy, which were active in the area of banking. And they told me that they are experts in SAP, and if I would like to join a study, if I would mind traveling, I said no. I think traveling is a great opportunity to get to know other countries and other enterprises. Yeah, and this is so how I entered the SAP business. I stayed with this company 10 years, and I got to know a lot about development banking. Actually, SAP R3 version 2.1 was the first ERP software I worked with. And since then, I have always worked with SAP, ERP, ECC, and today S/4HANA. After 10 years, I got into a new industry, trading, and I was employed by a very well-known German trading company, and I got to know the trading business in all regards, like retail, mail order, online, offline, trade, global trade, all these different ways of how you can do trade. Yes, and in 2008, I became an independent consultant, giving advice in the area of trade. And then by around 2009, 2010, I got to know a module in S/4HANA, which most people don't know. It's called Global Trade Management, not to be confused with Global Trade Services, which is an own product. And Global Trade Management is a part of ECC, or today S/4HANA. And yeah, and there are not so many consultants. And so since then, I am very busy in implementing this module in global trade companies, like doing S4 implementations. Well, first ECC implementations, today S4 implementations, and also supporting our customers with S/4HANA migration projects. Yeah, and since there was a high demand on consulting, I asked myself, why should I be alone? I can't do all the work. So I started to employ people. And since 2016, I changed the legal form of my company to a GmbH, and yeah, started to employ people. And we are a very small but high expertise team of technology consultants and functional consultants. And we mainly work with companies from the global trade business. Yeah, you see, as I already mentioned, we have a high expertise in this global trade management area, and this is also our goal. Up to a certain point, we are very well known in Europe with this expertise, and we want to be the leading partner company in this area. And we have even, when you implement S/4HANA, today we use SAP Activate, and SAP Activate as an implementation methodology is always based on best practice processes. So what if there's none? Yeah, then you must invent them yourselves. And this is what we have done with Global Trade Management. We have, this is also what I like very much about this industry. There is no best practice. This is not taught at university. There are hardly any books where you can read about the business processes of these companies. What you must do, and what SAP has done 20 years ago, is to go into these companies like this and make interviews and find out what is so special about them. And what is special about them? It's the way how they disposition their goods and how they do the calculation of the trading deals. And therefore, they have built this module Global Trade Management. Now, what we have done with our customers, we have compared the processes, and we can see there's a certain number of 10 to 15 core processes which are more or less alike. And so we have modeled these processes. We are using Cloud ALM for this, for the solution documentation. We have defined test cases. We have even identified that the one or the other small add-on is always requested for certain products. And so we don't want to develop this always again. So we have made a little partner add-on, which we bring along, like a customizing template, a little bit of ABAP, a little bit of framework so that you can more easily integrate it into the BTP. So this is what we are going for. We are very highly committed to this industry, and this is where we still see that we can grow. You know, that's also why I'm looking for people, because there's a high demand on consultancy in this area, and I cannot accept every company as a customer who wants to have advice. Yeah, well, first of all, I think you must distinguish between the degree of experience somebody has and what is his knowledge. So from the knowledge point of view, of course, I'm looking for people who are familiar with the trading business. Maybe you have already been a consultant in the area of materials management or sales and distribution. Maybe you have even worked a little bit in both areas. Now here comes the third, right? Because GTM connects these both modules for the follow-on processes. So you must have knowledge of all three of these areas. And since I don't expect you to know this global trade business, I don't expect you to know about GTM. This is what we will train you. As I already mentioned, we have these defined best practice processes. This gives us a perfect platform to do also internal training for new people. Yeah. And I'm also looking for people which would be perfect if you already have a certification in either materials management or sales and distribution, because this is also, as a SAP partner, we have committed to have personnel which have such a certification. And I also have found out if you have the certification, you definitely have some basic knowledge about this area. And this, to have such a certification is even more important if you're not so experienced, right? Like you could come here as a junior consulting, meaning you have no experience as an external consultant, or let's say 1 or 2 years. Or you come here as a experienced consultant or senior consultant to my company. Then I know I can give you a project and you are fully responsible for this, and you will take care for me of this project. And I just have to coach you in a way that you get to know into the GTM processes and knowledge. When you're a junior, there's no coaching. You will be told what you have to do, because you're not supposed to. Well, we don't expect you to know things. You're still learning, yeah. And so this is also why I'm very happy about this new learning initiative from Max Wessel. Now SAP is consolidating all learning content to one platform, learning.sap.com. And you can even not only for development, but especially for functional consultant today, you find courses for sales and distribution and material management for free. Of course, this is for S/4HANA Public Cloud, but this is also very close to S/4HANA Private Cloud or on-premise, and because this is the environment where GTM runs today. It's not available in the S/4HANA Public Cloud. I would say not yet, although nobody of SAP has told me so, but as we are very close to the product management, and I'm also the leader of the German-speaking SAP group here in Germany, for the special interest group of global trade management. And we always discuss on a regular basis with the colleagues from SAP and with our customers and other companies which use GTM, what is the way forward, how this module will develop. We're discussing generative artificial intelligence. How could this be implemented into the software? So when you join us here, you have cutting edge technology and many possibilities to ramp up yourself and to get involved into top modern consultancy practice. Yes, they say about 4,000 companies worldwide, they are using this module. This is not so many. I mean, there are larger communities, but it's not few either, right? And it's not only for trading companies, it's also for producing companies which have a trading department, right? For instance, if you're producing tires, then you will need rubber. And you go to a rubber trader and buy rubber from him, and he buys the rubber from the plantation. But also these tire companies, they have their own trading department to buy their own rubber. Yes, own employed personnel, and not use it for themselves only, but also to sell it to competitors. Yeah. And so this is the beauty of S/4HANA. You have all processes in there. If you're a trading company, or if you're a producing company with a trading department, or if you, as a producing company, decide to buy a rubber trader in this example, or as a rubber trader, you decide to buy a small producing company because you need to make a granulate out of your natural rubber because this is sold in a kind of production process, then you have all the functionalities in the system. You don't need to buy anything extra. It's already there, you just have to implement it. No, right now we are based here in Hamburg, a beautiful trading town, and we have customers here in Hamburg, but we also have customers in Austria, in Switzerland, and in Italy. And recently I was approached by companies from the United States and one from the United States and one from Canada, who would like to work with us, or ask us to work with them. So we will see what will be the outcome. But so far, Adventas has only one subsidiary, one office, and this is based in Hamburg, Germany. And most of the people, they also live in this metropolitan area of Hamburg.